This is a live. I'm gonna piggyback off of my last live one, which was talking about how you anti-jab panorama people are using, disabilities and autism and all the depression and everything as scapegoat conversations as to why you're concerned about, what's in the experimental jab. Many of you who wasn't even checking for us in that community until, basically advocating for us until now. And you probably heard some, YouTuber who built up a platform, or somebody on, a social media platform who basically that was their talking point, and you were just piggybacking off of that, right? I'm not going to name no names. Some wear bow ties, some don't. So, when I say that I'm a part of that community, like I said, I have autism. I mean, not autism, I have ADHD. So yes, that's why one of the side effects, and this is what I mean by the black community need to really stop, and it's using us, because you have no idea of what the side effects of many of our issues are. If you're not someone who lives with it, whether you have kids or something like that, or you're a PCA for a child or whatever that deals with it, so you don't know some of the symptoms and side effects of having things like ADHD or autism, some of the things that we do that you make fun of, or you try to shade us about, or try to make us feel bad about, or say bullshit like, oh, children need to be whooped more, that's why they acting in the way they are, or they're too soft, or this and not they're too soft or it's too sensitive, not realizing some of the symptoms of some of these elements that you are using. They tend to we call stemming. They stem out. Some things bring some issues, or it could be how someone says some things, how something's placed. It could be the littlest thing. It just depends on that individual, and they freak out, or they're a little bit more sensitive to you, whether they are emotional or what have you. But to you on the outside, because black people don't believe in none of this shit, so therefore we've kind of not addressed it, or we made it taboo to even reach out and go to see therapists and things like that. So none of us really know, outside of people who are in that profession, know a lot about the symptoms, and when to recognize certain things, and when not to shade, and when not to, but I say all that to say, yes, that's why, somebody said, I'm, trying, see, I see it, but it pisses me off. I see it. This is something that this I'm about to say is, I get shaded like this a lot, but I can't help it because it's my ADHD. Yes, I have an extended vocabulary, but it's all scrambled up. Yes, I read books. Okay. Last book, I read more audio. I do a lot of audiobooks too. I've been listening to an audiobook. Can't tell you what I listened to, except for one part, because I took it and I recorded it and I played it and I saved it somewhere. Out of the whole book. So the fact that I mutter through shit, mutter through my statements, you may think that they're incoherent or fragmented sentences and things like that. You hear me while I'm talking, so you make assumptions about me, and maybe like my educational level, or or make assumptions like I'm stupid. No, I'm not stupid. This is a side effect, and this is what I'm talking about. This is one thing I'm talking about that I have to deal with. No, I'm not on medication. Never been on medication. And that's another, oh, black people, oh, just be natural. This is done. And this, you don't know. So, yeah, on the surface, it may sound like I'm fucking stupid. Or, you know, a wide range vocabulary. But no, it just, everything goes up here and then it gets lost. Sometimes right before I'm about to say something, my thoughts in my inner mind strings the sentences along perfectly. But literally, as I go to speak, everything goes blank, or certain parts of it go blank. I would even forget about the topic in general in which I was, you know, as far as what I was saying, what I was talking about. So if you hear me switch up shit, stumble over fucking words and things like that, no, bitch, I'm not fucking stupid. I have ADHD. And it is a side effect of ADHD. Of having ADHD. Not everybody is, as you know, has it to this degree. Some things, it varies. But yeah, this is one of the things. So yeah, it may seem like I'm immature or whatever, or I can't speak. You write some shit down on a piece of paper, I can speak just fine. I can read just fine. So if it's something I write, and which if I write it, it takes me forever to write it down, like to string everything along, because everything is in here and it doesn't come out. It's lost. I've worked at a corporate job for 20 years and it was hard. It's hard. It's still hard. I think a lot of my coping strategic things that I've used all these years are breaking down. But that's beside the point. The point is, I would like to acknowledge, and I've never done this before, that was because I was trying to hide, and a lot of years I was ashamed that I even had this. And so I would take offense to it, like people downplaying me like I'm stupid. And so I would be mad. And I would come off like, yeah, you know, I'm not, you know, but I couldn't articulate that at the same level as some of you. So you play me like I'm fucking stupid. But again, I'm not dumb. It's just my autism. I've just never really said anything. So I just wanted to add that to this whole, while we out here talking. This is one of the things that I be talking about as far as black people. We some ignorant motherfuckers, and any weakness or anything that is different about another black individual, whether it be their interests, how they talk, we always try to take little slick ass jabs at that shit, right? Because we don't understand, we don't care to understand about any of those issues. Autism, none of that stuff. Depression, you know, a side effect of depression, some side effect, people may not clean or be the cleanest. That also affects the black community, black women and black men. So, but before, this is how fucked up we are. But before we'll say, hey, you know, maybe something's wrong with that person. Maybe sit down and try to extend your, you know, olive branch to, you know, say, hey, if you know, need anybody to talk to, or, you know, whatever, or maybe try to befriend a person, or, you know, whatever, you will go and talk about that bitch. You'll be like, oh, she nasty. Some people don't do showers and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not sure how prevalent that is in the black community, but that is a side effect. That some people don't shower or take baths or have the best hygiene when they're going through things, or depressed. You know, but like I said, the black community don't care. They, you know, and your answer to everything is, oh, if you fix yourself up, you know, maybe you'll feel better. Like, you have no idea of the actual scientific evidence of like brain shit, brain waves, what parts are active, what dopamine levels, and all this shit that's not firing right, and too much of this and not enough of that. We too concerned about looking good on the outside. Looking good on the outside ain't gonna change the shit that's going on in the inside. Okay, you can positive mantra all you want. For some shit, it's just not going to affect that. Because there were things that changed and developed in the womb. Some will say, hey, some will blame it on the jabs, quote unquote, that you get when you are at birth, when you're born, or in that first, 6 months or to a year when you get all those shots. Hey, maybe so. Nevertheless, it's still it's still life altering. So then you have to learn coping mechanisms or get on some type of medicine. Unless they have some type of, gene therapy. Well, I'm pretty sure that type of stuff is expensive if it is out there. Some type of experimental where they can replace those things or whatever that's not working. And on top of me having ADHD, I have what they call it now, complex PTSD. And depression, which probably is part of the complex PTSD. So yeah, you got me. Yeah. I don't think I don't notice. I may not be able to articulate very well, but I do notice when people are trying to shade me, but try to go above and use, think that you're going above my head by the vocabulary that you use, or the sentence that you put together. Like I don't understand it. Like I don't understand the shade. So yeah, a lot of times the shit that I say is muttered through. And incoherent, if you will, I guess. Because I can't fucking help it. Right? But y'all don't give a fuck. Like I said in my other video, y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. And unfortunately, having a disability and then like this, or being, depressed or whatever, it's better to have white people as a friend to talk to with that, even though they won't understand the black side of the issues. Like you can't, you have to do a lot of explaining of because they're obviously they don't go through the same shit that we go through. But at least as if you had a white friend versus a black friend gonna tell you, hey girl, just let just get dressed up and and put some makeup on and stuff. You feel good. I mean, you dress good, you dress good, you feel good. You tell you some bullshit like that, or let's go out, which ain't nothing but coping mechanism. Drinking, yeah, okay, that's what I need to go drink, right? Versus a white person who will be more have more empathetic words and words of encouragement, and will sit and fucking talk to you. And I ain't advocating. I'm not advocating for allies. It's just I call it how I see it. I live in a state where it's mostly white people, and so obviously I've had to some degree contact with white people in varying degrees to know like the difference between. Now I've had white associates to know the difference between black friends and white friends. Black friends ask you for gas money. White friends don't ask you for fucking gas money. So it's the same shit. So black friends is, hey, black family members. You can't go to your family members. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna end this one. But like I said, yeah, I caught that. Yes, I muttered through my shit, right? Yeah, I do, because I can't fucking help it, unless I probably, get on some type of medication that also has side effects, probably of suicide or some shit. I don't know. That's probably, it would not be the best thing. But I've dealt with it, and I just thought about it. It's been 30 years since I was diagnosed. No medication. And not nan fucking help from not one black person. But yeah. I muttered through shit because you think I'm fucking stupid. Nice little jab, huh? You thought I didn't catch that one. But I did.